Hey, hello, I'm back. It's really hard to talk. Yeah. Anyway, for today's video, I kind of wanted to do a video that's surrounded really something that I'm in love with. If you don't know, I was a literature major and I did creative writing for my master's. And reading is just something that's a really big part of my life. I haven't been able to do that lately because just life and just being an adult and just having to do other things. But lately I kind of want to do more reading, especially now that the year is coming to an end and 2016 is coming, and I always tell myself, okay, new year, go fix your life and do something. So this is it. This is what I'm doing for November and all the other months ahead. Anyway, so I looked through sort of my library, so this is just a place where I put my books. I still have another one somewhere in my room, but I can't show you that because it's a mess. I'm not a book hoarder. Whenever I go to a bookstore, I would buy something even though I'm not going to read it like the moment I buy it. So I just stock up books that I haven't read, and I was looking through my shelf and have quite a lot of books that I haven't read. So I sort of combed through them and sort of decided, okay, these are the titles that I'll be reading for November, and hopefully I actually hit my target and finish these books. Anyway, so on my to-be-read pile, some of these are books that I recently got, or books that I've had sitting around, or books that I've started but never really finished, and I thought November would be a great time to just sort of look through them and finish them if I really like them, because for me, I'm the type that if I don't like a book early on, I would just not bother anymore and I will just jump on to the next book. So these are the books. I'm just going to go through them one by one. The first one I got recently when Plural actually gave a talk in Ateneo. If you don't know what Plural is, it is a literary prose journal that I started with my friends. Hello dog, you're so noisy. If you want to know more about it, I'll leave a link down below. But we recently gave a talk in Ateneo de Manila University. We recently gave a talk at Ateneo. It's a university here in the Philippines. But we just really talked about what Plural is all about and sort of our aesthetics and what we're looking for to publish. So because of that, we actually got to look through the bookstore and got a few books. All the books that I got. This one, it's Trafficking and Nostalgia, Essays from Memory by Exie Abola. I can see it. I don't know. Yeah. I'm into essays lately, even though I do write fiction. I'm really excited to read this one. So yeah, hopefully I should get through it. The other book that I got, also from the same place, is Basta by Allan Popa. So this is a book of poetry in Filipino. I'm not the best in Filipino, but I always feel like I should sort of really get into it. And then I do appreciate Filipino poetry. So I'm really excited to just like read through this. Yay. Next on my list. So this is a book I've had for a while now. It is Dear Husband by Joyce Carol Oates. You can tell I've had it for a while. The book is kind of yellow, and I'm not the type really like super crazy and all about keeping my books fresh and clean, and but yeah, I'm just not the type. I read books, like I open them like this. I kind of like the feeling actually of having a book that looks well read, but that's just me. I've had this book for quite a while now. I just never finished it because this is me with collections. I don't read them cover to cover. I think after a while, like after 2 or 3 stories into collections, I kind of feel like, okay, I kind of know what to expect already. I kind of know her writing style, where she's going, how each story is going to go through, and I'm done. So I just skip on to something else. But I kind of miss reading short stories, especially from her, because she's such a smart writer, and she has like the type of language that I kind of really appreciate in a short story. And her stories really delve into human relationships, sort of the breakdown of it, and that's something that I really appreciate in a book. I'm really excited to get back into this. Yeah. And next on my list is We Live in Water by Jess Walter. So I've had this also again for a while now. Not as long as the Joyce Carol Oates one, but you know, I've sort of been reading this on and off, and I've never really like sat down and finished the book. I probably read one story from this book. It's just quite sad because I love short stories, but just lately I haven't been able to just sit down and read through one. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to reading this. Next is Burn This Book by Toni Morrison. Again, this one is also something I've had for about a few months now. I've been reading it on and off, a few pages here and there. And again, I don't think it's a type of book that you would read cover to cover anyway, but I kind of want to get through all the essays here, just to sort of get back into the habit of thinking about writing and thinking about literature and thinking about books that I read or will read in the future. So, and I thought this would be a pretty good sort of get me back into the groove of it. Next, this one I got recently from a trip to Singapore. So I got it from Books Actually. It's a small bookstore in Singapore where they publish, or they have a ton of books there, but they also, I go there specifically just to sort of get books from Singaporean authors or books from people around Asia, because I really like Asian lit. I love seeing sort of what people around the region here are writing and thinking about. So this is We Rose Up Slowly by Jon Gresham. It's a signed copy, pretty cool. I didn't get to meet the guy. I've read the first story here, I really, really like it, but then I really picked it up again. Just because, not that I hate it, because I just said I liked it. Because I just said I liked the story, but I was just too busy. Next is Love or Something Like Love by O Thiam Chin. This one I also got it from Books Actually. It's by a Singaporean author. Yeah, I read some of this in the plane on the way back to Manila, but again, I've never finished it. So this too, really looking forward to sort of reading it and sort of getting a feel of what Singapore lit is all about, considering that I grew up there and part of me kind of thinks of Singapore as home. I don't really know much about Singapore lit, so very excited about that. Next is this sort of Ceriph, Housing Singaporean Thoughts. So I got this also in Books Actually. I just got a lot in Books Actually. So they had this like area in Books Actually, you go in and sort of pay as you wish. So there's a ton of books there, and you just pick what you like, and there's a box, and you just drop your money and you can walk away with whatever book you've picked. I like the idea of it because you look through these collections and think, okay, how much would I pay for these? So I'm not going to tell you how much I paid, but I paid. So this, I guess, is a collection of 5 little thingies. Really excited about this because it's so cute, and I think it's something they can really get through. So far, flipping through them, some are poetry, most are poetry, some are fiction. So this is the type of thing I think I would really like I would read through them and get through it really quickly. I can't put it back, so I was just this is also another thing. This is also another thing I got from the pile at Books Actually, where you can pay as you wish. This is Two Pronouns and a Verb, a novel by Kiran Kala. This is a novel. I don't read a lot of novels. I'm really more into anthologies and short story collections or collection of essays, so I'm pretty excited to read this one. And yeah, I'll tell you what I think. Hopefully it's good. And then lastly, this one again, I got it quite a while back, but it kind of looks pretty new, pretty good paper again. So this is You and I by Badgett Powell. I've actually read a quarter of this in the plane. It's sort of the type of novel you kind of want to really pay attention to as you read it, because it is told from the second person point of view. So it's something that it's a little bit harder to get into, but at the same time I feel like once you're into it, because it is very easy to read. It's very conversational. So this is the other one that I'm going to be reading. So total I have like, let me count because I forgot to count over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I I'm gonna take this as 9, just like 1. So I have 9 books to read for November, which I think I can go like 2 books a week, kind of. And I'm really excited about that. And I'll update this again at the end of November, or maybe like as I get through each book, I'll put up like a really short video about what I think of the book. Did I finish it? Did I like it? Would I recommend it? What was it about? All that stuff. Either I'll be filming it or putting it in my blog, so if you want to look at my blog, the link is down there. And yeah, so those are the books that I'm gonna read for November. I'm pretty excited to really get back into reading, and hopefully that sort of goes into writing, because I haven't written a short story in a while. I've been messing around with an essay, but it's not finished, so I kind of want to get back to it, because again, you can't really write if you don't read. So that's it for this video. If you want to see more, please subscribe, visit my blog, say hi, follow me on social media, and I guess I'll see you all in my next video.